Hey there, and welcome to another edition of Tour Confidential. I'm Ryan Asselta, happy to be joined by Golf.com's Alan Bastable and Golf Magazine's Joe Passov. And guys, we're talking about the big unveil. That's right, this week on September 6th, Golf Magazine and Golf.com will unveil the new top 100 list of golf courses in the United States and world. You can see that in the October issue of Golf Magazine and on September 6th on Golf.com. And Joe, let's start with you. Thinking about this list, are there certain trends that you've seen this year in golf course design that showed itself in this year's top 100?
Well, I think this year's lists are more of a reflection of what's been going on the last few years, only more so. And that is, if you get a sandy subsoil kind of property and or with seaside views, chances are you're going to do better than traditional parkland. In addition, restorations are still very much in vogue. Restoring a classic course to its golden age roots seems to be a sure key to success.
What about you, Alan? Is there any trends that have caught your eye, whether it be this year or, as Joe mentioned, over the last few years that you've seen at different golf courses around the country or the world?
Yeah, you know, we've got a piece currently on Golf.com. The headline, it's about Gil Hance, who's become sort of one of the most sought-after designers, I would say, the last 5 to 10 years. The quote from him is, "The future of golf is fun." And, I think Joe was driving at that there. A lot of the courses we're seeing come to the fore, whether it's Cabot Links or Bandon Dunes or Sand Valley, Stream Song, these are all share a common characteristic, and they're fun, they're playable, they require creativity, they don't beat you down. They give you a lot of different looks, the ability to play a lot of different shots. And that's where we're headed. If we're going to grow this game, courses need to be accessible, they need to be inviting, they need to be fun. And I think that's the direction we're clearly headed, and I think that plays out in both lists.
Yeah, they need to be playable for everybody. I guess what you're saying. Hance, of course, redesigned TPC Boston. He had his hand in the Olympic course. Joe, Alan mentioned fun. We've had plenty of fun, all three of us, at some point on the golf course this year. Let's talk about some of our favorites from 2017. Which courses stand out on your list that you really enjoyed seeing this year?
Well, I've had a good time both walking different golf courses and then occasionally playing them. But, one of the examples that we've talked about, there's a golf course called the Santa Lucia Preserve in Carmel. It's a private club, always been overshadowed by its neighbors, Pebble Beach, Spyglass Hill, Cypress Point. But what they did with a Tom Fazio design is, again, made it play firmer and faster with less emphasis on rough, short game options around the greens. And again, I mean, that's to echo what Alan was saying, is I think when you have more options, more ways to get the ball into the hole using your creativity, that's a huge plus. And so we're getting away from the really expensive, super lush golf courses where difficulty is the measure of greatness and moving towards variety, options as more a measure of greatness.
Alan, we don't play quite as much golf or see as many courses as Travelin' Joe does, but you've been out there on the course quite a bit this year. Which has been some of your favorites you've played?
I actually haven't been on the course that much this year. I have a 4-month-old at home, so golf has been limited. But I haven't got to too many far-flung destinations. I did play a fair bit in 16. I finally made it up to Cabot Links. Cabot Cliffs is making its debut on the world list this year. I don't want to say where it places, but it comes in at a pretty impressive ranking, and I think it's totally warranted. I mean, that is an unbelievable core Crenshaw design. So much fun. There's that word again. So much fun to play. So much variety. Obviously, it has the views, the drama, but again, it doesn't beat you down. There's just a terrific amount of variety, and I think it's good for a scratch player and for a 20 handicapper can get around there. Another course I got to, which is not on the list, is Southampton Golf Club. Now, I got to talk to Joe about this because I think it could make a case to be a top 100. It's right next door to Shinnecock Hill, so I think it's a little bit of a victim of its location. It's surrounded by all those titans out on the East End, National, Shinnecock, Sebonic. That course is terrific. It's an old Seth Rayner design from the 20s. Had some work done in the last 10 years or so. They pulled out a bunch of trees. It's got all the marks of classic architecture, but again, each hole so different, one from the next, and it's fun.
Yeah,
there it is.
yeah.
So yeah, I would put that one high on my personal list. Certainly one of the most underrated courses I've ever played.
Well, going through my list, my tops on my list for the year is one that was not only fun, but also beat me up, if we can combine that. But getting beaten up was no one to blame but myself, and that was at Pinehurst #2.
Mm-hmm.
I got to experience that for the first time this year. The redesigned course, of course, the minimalist approach. They say you can't lose a golf ball there. Well, I didn't lose any, but I was in enough sand that took care of my quota for the year as the waste bunkers. Had such a great time. The Donald Ross greens, you just cannot beat putting on those. I know what they do to you, that they mess with your head, but when you're done, you look back and it was just a great experience. I also had a chance to play Blue Jack National, Tiger Woods course down in the Houston area, which obviously has gone through a lot of issues now with Hurricane Harvey coming through. From what I hear, the course has made it through okay. It's on the north side of Houston, but what a treat to get to play that. And clearly Tiger, he loves Augusta National because he tried to bring that to the Houston area in Blue Jack. But talk about fun. They have the short course there, the 10-hole short course outside of the fire pit, along the snack stand and everything there. And the snack stand that they have, it's a snack house, Alan. They tell you to go in, spend 15 minutes and enjoy yourself. When you're ready, go back out on the course. And I guess that's the fun we're talking about. Well, lots to look forward to next year. And of course, this week, that's when the new list of top 100 U.S. and world golf courses is released on Golf.com on the 6th and also in the October issue of Golf Magazine. Joe Passov, Alan Bastable, thanks for being with us. And that's going to do it for this edition of Tour Confidential. We'll see you next week.